Okay, so, this is gonna be a really casual video. There's no really good content, it's just me. But as you might remember in my last video, we discussed the death of the Justice Bullet. My poor, beloved car. 13 years old, 7 of them with me. Dearly beloved. The cost of getting a new catalytic converter and of buying a new 2007 Honda Accord with a catalytic converter and 150,000 fewer miles on it was almost zero. So I said, okay, I'll just get a new car. And then I was like, if I get a new car, as I discussed earlier, I want to break out of the Boots theory of socioeconomic unfairness and get a new car. We bought this car at a used car lot and it was nothing but trouble, so I was on the Honda certified used car sales. And my pictures weren't loading for some reason. And I looked at this and I said, one of these cars is newer and cheaper than all the other ones. I wonder why that is. And then I clicked on it and the picture loaded. This is why that is. It's the ugliest car and I love it. It is named the Bee. And the reason that I'm showing off my new car, I just realized that in this shot you can see 5 cars. 2 of the cars that are behind me do not actually run. It's just easier to have a small junkyard of cars in front of your house than it is to pay to get them disposed of properly. In the eastern part of the United States, normally you would just take these cars and dump them in the forest, but we don't have a forest, so we just have a junkyard in our front yard. It was the GoFundMe that I did that gave me enough money for the down payment on the car. I would not have been able to afford that except for the GoFundMe. And so I owe everybody who contributed, who shared, who watched that video, who liked that video to get it more visibility. You guys bought me a car. And that's the coolest thing that's ever gonna happen to me. Also, if you're wondering why everything is red-toned, it's because the state is still on fire. So, let's go talk about the other thing. I am a general purpose disaster. The white balance on this is all wrong. Oh my gosh. There we go, now I look like the awkward pasty white girl that I am. Alright, so the Postal Service is a disaster right now. When I purchased some things, they got really delayed. So I bought a thing, someone stole my catalytic converter, I did a GoFundMe, I bought a new car, I have no money because I now have a down payment of one Final Cut Pro a month. I have to buy one Elisa's Vortex a month for the next 5.5 years or until I refinance. I got a bad interest rate because I have no credit. Also, I learned that other countries don't do credit scores. So for those of you who don't know, your worth as an American is based on a score judging how well you pay off your credit cards. And I have no credit cards, so I have no credit score. So getting things approved relies on me just having a lot of money up front. And then paying really high interest because I have no credit. As we do. If I had made this purchase after my catalytic converter got stolen, it would be a very bad decision. But as it is, I can't exactly return it. It's supposed to take a week to get here, and it took 3 weeks. And you might say, Pink, did you buy another Keytar? Yes. And the reason for this is that my sister got married and that was very stressful. That's the answer I have. I stress bought a Keytar because my sister got married. As is traditional, we are going to open this on camera. This is not really a review or anything. This is going to wreck my seam ripper. I mean, conveniently, I work at a place that sells these and they're like $1.99. So using a seam ripper on fabric isn't terrible, right? It's sticky fabric. That's annoying. Oh boy, what did I just knock down there? We don't know. That's okay. As you can tell, the difference between this video and a serious video is whether or not I cleaned off the bed. And part of that is because we are, as I previously discussed in the video I bought a violin and now I'm depressed, we are in the downswing on the bipolar. That is largely happening because somebody stole my catalytic converter and then I had to buy a car, and now I'm coming to terms with the fact that I will be making payments on this car for longer than I know what I'm going to do with my life. That's stressful. Let's open this box. Alright. Ooh! Ooh, it it comes in the original box. That's exciting, because over on that wall, I have the original box for my SHS-10. This one's heavy, holy shit. We now have the SHS-200. Now, I realized part of this is because I just wanted the whole SHS line, so the 10, 200, 300, and 500, all together. This is an old box, but you know what? I don't care. I love old things. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, he included a power supply! And the manual. So this came today, which is good because it's the last day of August and I wanted to get a video out. And you know, as previously mentioned, unboxing videos are relatively easy when you don't have a car payment. And music theory is difficult. So we will do a music theory in like the first week of September. But I never realized it was this big. We're gonna handle, ooh, it's got the strap. It matches the strap I have for my SHS-10. I don't use the SHS-10 strap, I use a new one because I don't want to break it. The batteries, that's okay. Ooh! Oh my goodness! It doesn't run on AA's! Come on, bitch. Today we are going to cannibalize batteries out of the Tyco hotkeys. So this is already heavy. And 6 C-cell batteries is going to make it way heavier. This thing is going to be so heavy. Like, does it want to go up on the same range as, like, the Unost 21? Here we go. So for those of you who don't know, and it's white, I didn't pay attention to what color it was. The SHS-10 has the contemporary older brother, the SHS-200. The SHS-500 and 300, which were released in that order, are 2019 and 2020 Keytars. But these are from the good old days of Keytar. So the SHS-10 has 25 sounds and 25 freaking tones. Rhythms. They're called rhythms. So one of the fun things about being in a depressive swing is that it makes it a lot more difficult to think. And when you know that, and you see that it's happening, it's a little bit easier than thinking that you're just losing your mind and failing everybody and everything you've ever met. But it's not exactly easy to think. I believe this might be the single best laid out Keytar that predates the AX Edge. But because this was my first Keytar, I judge all Keytars on some level by how much are they like the SHS-10. This has, not only does it have the built-in rhythms, but it has the built-in rhythms in such a place where you can control them. And they are designed so that you could play an entire piece by yourself and have it have drums and bass and chords while you play melodies. And that's excellent. And so for a long time I said, I don't need the SHS-200. I got the 10. The 10 is fine. I love the 10. It's got a really nice shape. It's got a long neck. I love long neck Keytars, and I especially love long neck Keytars with lots of buttons. I love buttons. So it's just a very, very iconic look. And honestly, all I wanted out of the SHS-500 was this, but 20% bigger, maybe just 10% bigger, so that it doesn't look like the ukulele of Keytars. And instead, they gave us the SHS-500. And that was our mandatory jab at the SHS-500, which we are required to do at least once every other video. We have this. And I said, you know what, I'll get the SHS-200 if I ever see it at a good price. So I did. I saw it at a good price. So I got it. It's way heavier. Holy cow. This thing is heavy. Also, all the buttons are a different shape. They're angled, but they're bigger. This is weird. This is all set up different. But I kind of like this. Double hand play, single hand play. That's cool. I don't know anything about this except that it's in the same line. Are the keys the same size? We got the same size keys here? Slightly bigger. Slightly bigger. Let's turn it on. Let's turn this one on too. Speakers louder? The sounds are... Well, we're never gonna find out if we don't just turn stuff on. It's got a lot more sounds. That's one of the other things I knew about it. This is so heavy! But yeah, this is really good for people who want to do the two-handed Keytar playing. The two-handed Keytar playing is, sort of like the forbidden technique in the same way that playing with a pick is arguably the forbidden bass technique. But, like, if you want to do it, honestly, this has... Your strap location will allow you to do this without doing the danger thing. This is actually going to be a longer video than I thought it was going to be. I was going to be like, look, here it is, that's cool, but here I am doing a full-on unboxing. This is what we do. If we have our strap on, you can reach the majority of the lower hand section without having to do this. I'm always afraid when I see people do this, the dinosaur claw under the strap, because you can pop that right off your shoulder, throw your Keytar on the ground. We don't throw our Keytars on the ground over here. Ooh, that got a harp sound. Let's see what the harp sounds like. That is not the sound of a harp. Let's turn the volume. This is how loud it gets. That's not the sound of a harp, though. Okay. I got a question. What is Oriental rock? Have you ever listened to Oriental rock? Please list your favorite Oriental rock bands in the comments. The auto accompaniment, the single finger chords, I think work better than the single finger chords on the Cup Noodles Keytar. Cup Noodles Keytar kind of requires two hands, and like, I get that that's because it wasn't designed to be a Keytar, but you know what? If you sold it like a Keytar, I'm gonna critique it like a Keytar. So, what is this? I'm afraid to ask. That's a fill? Okay. Oh, where's my transpose? Where's my transpose? Transpose. Down one. Down two. Alright. Did we get to anything funky in here? It's got so many styles. It's got 66 styles, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. 700. It's got 42 styles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 42. Geez, I just can't tell when that's going to end, can it? So this is interesting. I sort of didn't want to get this because I said, oh, it's going to be the same. It's just this, but with more sounds. But honestly, the sounds are slightly more sophisticated. Like, the SHS-10 sounds absolutely iconic, but this one sounds better. It's heavier, though, and let's be real, it looks goofy as hell. Like, let's stand up with this. Oh dear, I gotta tilt the camera. If I tilt the camera, you're gonna see how bad the area under the bed looks. So we're gonna kneel on the bed instead. Here we go. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Dinosaur claw in here, or right there. And it's so thick up here. Like, I do a lot of accompanying on this by reaching down underneath there. And it's actually my favorite thing about the 300 and 500 is that there's that slim little, but in terms of Keytar playing, like, for me, going up there is a little bit weird. Boob, you know? But the area that's easy to reach is the same area that's on the SHS-10. I don't know to what extent that is me, hanging on to, I learned to play Keytar like this, so this is where it is, and how much of that is, this is actually too high up. Ooh, let's just like... The pitch bend has not gotten any better. The pitch bend is the worst thing about the SHS 500. There's like there's an echo on that you don't get on the, It's like the speakers, it's got chorusing going on, and honestly that adds to it a little bit. I like that, because I always run this through a chorus pedal anyway. So, let's see. Oh, portamento isn't hold it anymore, portamento is switch now. So those just toggle now. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. See, one of the main things that I do with the SHS 10, which is not as heavy as this, jeez. Oop. One of the things that I do with it is I use the portamento. Had this thing for like 6 years and I still don't know how to do that. Is that the portamento, the pitch bend is really bad on these. There's no intermediary things. This is so much lighter. So if I want to... I will use the portamento not as much as a constant effect, but as a momentary effect. There might be a way to change that, but this is an unboxing and first thoughts. This isn't me reading the whole manual like I'm supposed to and reviewing it. This is just something else in it. This arrived today, and instead of doing what I was planning on doing, I can put that off until next week and just unbox this, because I have to edit this video if I want to put it up by the end of August. And I'm trying to do like 1 to 2 videos a month, which is more than I normally do. I always get hesitant because I'll put up a video and then YouTube goes, this video is reaching a narrower audience than usual. What you gonna do? Like, putting out more content is gonna get more followers than not putting out content at all, even if the content is getting fewer views than usual. Yeah, that's a sentence. You might say, Pink, if you just bought a car and you now have a car payment, why are you still drinking fancy coffee? To which I say, first of all, I get paid on Thursday, and so I have enough money to get fancy coffee today. Not getting fancy coffee all the time anymore. Second of all, addiction is a powerful thing. Since I'm now spending a lot of money on a car payment that I wasn't spending before, this is probably going to be the last Keytar boxing for a while, which means I'm going to have to teach actual music, which is harder, but you know what? It's a lot cheaper. So we're going to do music theory, we're going to do how-to looping. I got a lot of plans. I just am so exhausted. I cannot begin to describe how difficult it is to do normal things when you've got, like, depression coming on. Which is funny, because it's also very difficult to do normal things when you're hypomanic and can't focus. I do my best, but I do have to, like, I can't hate myself for not putting out a video. I have to be understanding of myself without enabling dangerous behavior. Know what's your limit, and be honest with yourself. So, if you want me to do another video where I don't do weird depression PSAs, leave a note in the comments. Just actually whatever you do, just leave a comment. It really, really helps the video visibility. If you have a music theory thing that you want me to talk about, leave that in the comments. Also, if you slap a like on this, then my other videos get put in your recommended, and you know what, who doesn't want to see me, and more importantly, my cat. Speaking of which, so slap a like on this, subscribe if you haven't. I actually have a really, really, abnormally for YouTube, high percentage of subscribers who watch my videos. I don't know if that's because YouTube doesn't show it to non-subscribers, or if non-subscribers only watch like a couple minutes of them, but you know what? I'm not an everybody kind of person. You know, I'm the kind of person who can drive a giant pearlescent yellow car. You know, I learned that some people are pretty car people. Some people need pretty cars or normal cars, and some people are ugly car people. And I'm an ugly car person. Also, I'm a disorganized life kind of person. Where's my Keytar kitty? Are you under the couch? She's not under the couch. She's not on her chair. Where did she go? She's not eating teensy. There you are. Hi, say hi to YouTube. Yes, she says subscribe. You want to say some more? Yeah. If you talk to her, she talks back. She has white stripes on the backs of her legs. They're very cute. It's too bad I can't do a cat unboxing and just show off all her great features, because she's a good cat.